Welcome to SelinTalks, podcast initiative by SELINClub, where we bring you insightful conversations with inspiring individuals from diverse backgrounds. In today's episode, we have the pleasure of speaking with Ms. Amrita Burman, the Deputy Director of Sunbeam Group of Education Institution in Varanasi. With over 29 years of experience in education sector, Ms. Amrita has made a significant impact in shaping the lives of countless students. In this conversation, we delve into her journey, experiences, and insights, and we are certain that it will be full of inspiration for all our listeners. Join us as we embark on a journey of learning and discovery with Ms. Amrita Burman. So, welcome to SelinTalks, ma'am. It's an honor to have you. First of all, thank you so much for taking out time to be here with us.
It's an honor for me to be speaking to you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And it's an honor to be a part of Selin and to be there on the chair for Varanasi. I'm hoping to, have more and more people join this movement.
For sure. Ma'am, to begin with, for our audience, could you tell us how has been your journey so far? How did you begin with? And did you decide from a very beginning that you're going to be into, like, you were going to be an educator altogether? How did it begin?
So, like many people in education who get into education more by chance than choice, I also came into this field more by chance. After I came to Varanasi, after I got married, I really didn't think that I would be into education. But at that time in Varanasi, there were very few opportunities. And possibly education was one field where there was a lot that I felt I could do. Even basic things like, people speaking in English straight. And I'm talking about 30 years plus, it's been over 3 decades that I've been with Sunbeam and in Varanasi. It was a challenge getting people who could even speak English straight. So that was an advantage I had because I was from Calcutta. I was educated from good institutes in Calcutta. So I had certain things right just by chance of being, in good educational institutions. But when I joined, I started enjoying what I was doing. I got an opportunity at Sunbeam. I was a teacher initially. I worked for about a year and a half. Then I left, and then I joined back once again because that was the time. There's a little break I took because I had a baby, and then I got back. I started as a teacher. I taught in the classes. When I started again after a short break, I became a coordinator. And but I think that stint of coordinator was very short because my promoters felt that I could take the responsibility of a school. So I did become a principal quite soon. I also added to my qualifications in the meanwhile to be able to be a principal of a CBSE affiliate school. The best thing was that I was always very academically inclined, wanted to keep studying, and I had also done my MBA. So,
Oh, wow.
administration and education kind of combined beautifully for me. And I
Wow.
thought that, oh God, why did I not realize that this is possibly something I would have enjoyed doing? And I'm doing what I'm enjoying now. So that's been, kind of my journey. But from there, I found my calling. I have never looked back. I've loved every day of my work, and the school beckons me, the children beckon me. I just love doing what I'm doing. I keep researching, I keep looking for problems in the schools that we can solve and looking for solutions. It's good fun. 30
Wow.
years have passed, and it's difficult for me to say, oh, 30 years have passed. It seems like just yesterday.
30 is a long time when you think about it. And but the way you are talking about your entire journey, it's so exciting to even listen about it, really.
Thank you. Yeah.
So in over 29, 30 years that you are in the field, what do you believe are the key factors that contributes to the success of an institution? You're the deputy director of Sunbeam Group, and you have been, like you said, you have been into all of the responsibilities, every nitty gritty of it. So, what, according to you, are the key factors that result in a successful institution?
Right. So I think what's very important is the first most important thing is to understand that running any institution, specifically a school, because a school is very human centric in every
Yeah.
way. You need teachers who are humans, you have kids who are humans. So it's very important that you have a great team. You're a team builder and you take people with you, because whenever I've had issues and I come to an end and I wonder, okay, how am I going to go ahead? The only thing that I do is call my team. I said, let's sit down together. There's an issue. And there's always not only a solution, there's a fantastic solution. So I think team is very important. Get the right kind of people with you. The other thing is work with a lot of honesty. I think honesty, hard work are absolutely the key. If you've made a mistake, just own up that, this has not been right. So there have been times when people have said, how do you call parents and own up and say that, the institution made a mistake or you made a mistake? But every time I've done it, I've come out stronger. I've had people more with me. I've had people more connected to me, believing in me, because they realize that we don't put anything under the carpet as an institution also or individually. So honesty, hard work, for that I always keep my ears to the ground, and feedback from every stakeholder has possibly been one of the most important factor for the growth of the institution, whether it's a child, it's a parent, anyone who just says that, we could be better at this. And I said, okay, wait, I need to know more. Tell me, where can we be better? And then just not leaving it as a feedback, but getting down to improving. So feedback is very important. The other very important thing in education is being child centric. I think when you look at a problem from the point of view of the child, so it's not just a problem, you have to look for the solution from the point of view of the child or point of view of the parent, because again, the child is connected to the parent. You come up with good solutions, you come up with rather permanent solutions, acceptable solutions. So things need to be child centric in the school. And in today's time, I think what's very important for the success of any institution is that a child is looking for holistic development and inclusion. So, whether it is
Right.
inclusion because you have mental issues, physical issues, any issues in your life where you are on the fringe, you have to get every child into the center, make people feel wanted and needed, and they also having a voice in the institution. And at the same time, a total holistic development of the child, whether the child is good at academics, they need the best, whether it's sports, they need the best, whether it's co-curriculars, they need the best. So it's not just academics and results is a total result of a child. So a holistic approach is very important. And now technology, if you are not married to technology and also critical to technology when needed, that
Yeah.
this much is enough, we can't overdo it because the human can't be taken out of that,
Yeah.
you can't progress as a school. So these are the mantras that I've always kept for myself for the institution.
Wow. I'm actually, one of my questions included what are the, since technology is suddenly again taking an entire turn with artificial intelligence, a lot of people initially, obviously, we as human thinks technology as a threat initially, because everything that comes kind of disrupts the entire balance. But I think as a school, like you said, it is really like you need to be married with the technology. That's the correct phrase that you have used very well. You have said inclusion is that is important, and a lot of people are now talking about inclusion and equity and everything else. There is a debate about equality and equity and inclusion of everything. What are your views about it?
So equality and equity are actually two different things altogether.
Right.
Equity would actually mean giving everybody the a common play field. So there are certain changes you need to be making in attitudes, in systems, so that everybody gets and a proper level. The level should be equal for everyone, and then everybody pushes themselves to reach a particular level. That would be equity. But then equality is like, okay, I give everybody the same thing. So if
Right.
I already have challenges. Even if you give me the same, opportunities, I may still not be able to come up. So equity has some element of handholding,
Yeah.
understanding, empathy, to bring a child or a teacher for that matter to a particular level, and then everybody gets an equal play field to go. So I think equity takes every individual to it serves them for a longer time. There's more
Right.
permanence in equity for the person, and I think there's a lot of satisfaction also to an individual in equity. But in equality, it's like, look, I'm just giving all of you all the same, so the effort level is much less in equality. In equity, you
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Very true. Very nicely explained also. Um, when we talk about there are certain things, and especially students of this age, and new students that are coming up, there are a lot of things that are discovered, like let's just take the example of ADHD or other things that are coming up. Students are talking about it, teachers are also talking about it. How are parents reacting in your group of institution? How are their feedback upon it? Because like after so many conversations, there are certain conversation where parents are not acceptable of any shortcomings of a child, irrespective of how much efforts the school and the teachers are putting. So what are your experiences in that?
So I think you're absolutely right. Even today, despite the fact that there is a lot more awareness, and with the awareness also, there are a lot more cases. In so many years, I don't think that I ever. It will again be a mistake to say I didn't have cases because of the lack of awareness. We probably didn't know that there were so many cases. Medically, also, it is said that because of pollution and many other issues, let's not go into the medical side, but the cases have increased.
Right.
So, as an institution, if you're handling children, it's important that we should be prepared for this kind of handling and inclusion of children with challenges and disabilities. But if you go to a parent and tell the parent that, look, I think your child needs help, your child needs special attention, and we need teachers who are specially trained to be able to take care of your children. So if you're on the lower side of the spectrum, the school can take care of your child. Of course, we have special eds, we have people, we have counselors, we have people we have therapists who can take care of your children. But beyond a particular level, even the school gets a little challenge to be able to
Yeah.
take it. When you go tell the parent that I think your child is possibly suffering from ADHD or autism, or the child is dyslexic or has dysgraphia, this is what we suggest. So with dyslexia, with dysgraphia, they still manage because even the school manages to handle them. But with
Yeah.
some cases of ADHD and autism, it becomes difficult. But the parent is not ready to accept. I think they don't want to accept it because there's a social taboo to it. They want to convince themselves that their child is fine because it just makes them happy. And I have seen cases where children have really, really suffered, grown up, and still certain things that could have been handled have not been handled because of the lack of acceptance due to the social taboo and family pressure.
Yeah.
They have not accepted their parents' problem. So till you don't accept a problem, you don't go down to looking for a solution to it. So those issues are still there. But having said that, things have changed a little for sure, even if it is maybe 2-3%. Today, when you take your parents on board, when you have both the parents coming in, usually one parent used to come, and then the mother used to say, inke pitaji to nahi manenge. Okay, so then you make it absolutely clear that, look, this is an issue we need to discuss, and it's our approach. When you say it's a problem,
Hmm.
well,
Right.
you just get yourself away from this. So when you say, look, there is kuch hai, halka pulka sa kuch hai, शायद कुछ है, लेट्स डिस्कस इट, बात करते हैं, हो सकता ना भी हो, और हम कोई डॉक्टर तो है नहीं, वी
Hmm.
डोंट नो,
Correct.
we'll just advise you, we'll just let you know, show you a way, and इस जो भी है, इसका सोल्यूशन है, बच्चा यही पढ़ेगा, आप चिंता ना करें. मगर आपके इस बच्चे में जो भी issues हैं उसके solutions हैं. So I think it's our approach to the parent, because
Yeah.
it's a very tough journey for a parent also, it's not easy. We're all parents and we understand from where this comes. So if we approach it with empathy, I think parents are more understanding today.
Yeah, I think empathy is playing the biggest role in the whole conversation to and fro, be it teachers, be it parents, even students. I think the social taboo just does not end with parents. It also has a lot of their peer pressure and everything that gets into it. What would be your advice, one piece of advice that actually stayed by you and you would like to share with the aspiring educators and leaders from the education sector altogether?
Okay, so my one piece of advice to all the younger educators coming up, and some of them are very strongly connected with me, and we share beautiful bonds with them. My one piece of advice would be: don't give up, work honestly, do a lot of hard work, don't rest on your past laurels, because education is such a sector. Since we're dealing with human beings, things can always be bettered. There can always be a better way. There can always be more creativity that can be brought in for the satisfaction of children. Keep learning. Don't ever give up on your dreams. There are going to be times when there are going to be challenges, but just don't give up. And that one word that I have read very lately, because it's been long, I thought I'll read Ikigai, but I just read it now. So the word that I picked up from there, and then have been reading a lot about it lately, has been anti-fragile, which I'm sure you must have heard of. And I do want to tell everybody to be anti-fragile, which is the latest coining of a term which is the opposite of fragile, which is every challenge should be changed into an opportunity. Take up the challenges, hold them by the bull by its horns, change it into an opportunity, and take the next leap into your life. So never give up. Every challenge should be an opportunity. Nothing should bog you down at all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's been really, really great. Thank you.
You, thank you. Take care.